Now, from Wish TV, this is The Zone Extra, presented by Franciscan Health Sports Medicine.
Coming up on The Zone Extra, sectional champions are crowned as the boys basketball tournament rolls on.
When you have them put it on the line like they did, it never gets old. Those kids play so hard.
Tonight in our Coach's Corner, I'm joined by the man leading his alma mater into the regional round. Plus, our Athlete of the Week helped Plainfield basketball accomplish something it hasn't done in over 2 decades.
To finally get it this year was just awesome. Right after the game, everyone went crazy.
It's time to get down. The Zone Extra starts now.
Hey, good evening to you and welcome to The Zone Extra, everybody. I'm Anthony Calhoun. What a week of high school sports action as boys basketball enters the regional round of the tournament. In our Coach's Corner tonight, I'm joined by the man who just led his alma mater to a sectional title. Ben Davis basketball coach Don Carlisle is here. Plus, our Athlete of the Week has Plainfield in the regional finals for the first time, get this, in 21 years. Olivia Ray introduced us to Cael Vanderbush, and you won't want to miss our top plays of the week from the Brownsburg Bulldogs. Plus, stick around to find out how you can be a part of the show in weeks to come. Now, though, let's take a look at this week's in high school sports. In one of the toughest sectionals in state, it was Lawrence North coming out of a top for the second year in a row. The third-ranked Wildcats won a semifinal thriller by a single point over 8th-ranked Warren Central Friday night. That set up a championship showdown with MIC rival North Central. The Wildcats took an 8-point lead at halftime, laid and then pulled away in the third quarter, pushing the margin to 15. DJ Hughes notched a double-double with 19 points and 11 rebounds, while CJ Gunn and Shamar Avans also scored in double figures. Ellen wins it and heads to the Southport Regional Saturday night. After the tournament cancellation last year, the Wildcats are relishing the opportunity to keep playing this season.
It's amazing because all of us, we grew up together. So I've known all these guys since I was like super duper young. So to be able to come out here with my brothers and get everything out here, get all these wins, hopefully we can keep on going, and hopefully we can come out of here with a ring.
It's definitely a great feeling to go back-to-back, but we got some unfinished business to do. We should have went this far last year, so we want to go to state. That's the goal.
We'll call Tony up in Iowa and say, Tony, we're going on. Poor old Tony couldn't go on last year. I always felt like he could have been Mr. Basketball if he'd have got to the state.
All right, so congratulations to Lawrence North. Meanwhile, at Decatur Central Saturday night, it was another all-mix showdown as Ben Davis took on Pike for the Sectional 11 title. The Giants held a slim 1-point lead at the half. A strong 23-point third quarter pushed the Ben Davis lead to 9, and they would go on to pick up a 12-point victory. Jaden Brewer led the Giants with 23 points, while Clay Butler at his 16 is the 4th sectional title in the past, get this, 5 seasons for the Giants, and something they won't take for granted.
It feels good. Last year our season got cut shortly, so it just feels to be able to just come out here and just be able to come with these guys and just be able to come with the win. We're a young group. Everybody didn't expect us to come out and just be winners, especially. So it was just I'm just happy that we came out and just came out with the win. It was just a big moment for me. Hey, bro. It was just a big moment for me and my guys.
You got to love those moments. Much more of the Giants ahead here in a few minutes. And other postseason action from Saturday night. It's a familiar champion sectional 8 as host CARMEL claims the title for his 7th consecutive season. The Hounds had no trouble with Westfield, notching a 26-point win. Up next for the second-ranked team, CARMEL is a showdown with top-ranked and undefeated Homestead coming up Saturday morning at Logan Sports. Meanwhile, the sectional 12 championship game was a low-scoring affair between Brownsburg and Plainfield. The 6th-ranked Quakers get a 1-point win for the program's first sectional title since 1999. Coach Andy Weaver's squad faces Mount Vernon in the regional semifinal at Southport. And in girls basketball news, last week the Coaches Association All-State team was announced with plenty of local athletes honored. How about this? In the senior class, congrats to Allie Becky of Brownsburg, Madeline Biscoff there of Carlisle, Katie Burton from Fishers, Anderson's Tyra Ford and Meg Newman of North Central, Jayla Smith of Lawrence North, and Ari Wiggins from Heritage Christian underclass. All-state honorees included super sophomore, of course, Ashlyn Shade at Noblesville, Carmel's Kate Clark, and Tanyelle Welch at North Central. Congratulations to all those ladies there. Okay, at this past weekend, gymnastics teams completed for regionals as they look to advance to the state finals this Saturday coming up in Muncie. And congratulations there to Richmond, who claimed the program's third regional championship and first in 41 years. The Red Devils top runner-up Columbus North and third place Martinsville in the Columbus East Regional. Homestead and Chesterton also won gymnastics regionals. Worthen Arena on the campus of Ball State University will play host to the state finals. That's all coming your way on Saturday afternoon. And after last season was canceled due to COVID-19, the pandemic, of course, the 2021 high school track season is actually, underway throughout the state as meets began last week. The last time teams were on the track, it was North Central that did the double, claiming the boys state championship by a single point, while the girls also brought home the hardware as well. In the girls championship event, then freshman Rayma Elliott won 4 state titles, including the individual 200 and 400 crowns, in addition to being a part of a pair of winning relay teams. Great to see those student athletes out there doing a little track these days. And we are drawing ever closer and closer to the start of the softball season as well. Teams held practices for the first time on Monday, with games scheduled to begin starting March the 22nd. In 2019, the state finals featured plenty of great local teams. In Class 1A, Lutheran brought home state hardware. New Powell was the Class 3A champion, and Class 4A, Center Grove won a record 7th state title with a victory over Leo. Best of luck to those student athletes as well and teams as they prepare to begin their seasons as well. And congratulations tonight to a trio of Central Indiana girls soccer stars who were selected to participate in the high school All-American game in May. How about this? Carmel goalkeeper Aaron Baker will be joined by Guerin Catholic senior and UCLA commit Quincy McMahon, as well as Miss Soccer winner Jenna Chatterton of Noblesville. And then you got on the boys' side of action here, you got a Josmer Gomez from North Central is one of the 3 Indiana participants. Congratulations there. All-American game honorees there. All right, time now for a break, but we have much more ahead here tonight on the Zone Extra. Glad you're with us, folks. Up next, it's the Coach's Corner and his Giants, our sectional champs, and looking for more. Ben Davis coach Don Carlisle, he's in the house tonight. Cannot wait to catch up with Coach. And still ahead at Cael, Vanderbush and the Plainfield Quakers have had a historic hoop season. Going to meet the junior who is vying for a regional title and is our current Zone Extra Athlete of the Week. That's coming up.
This is the Zone Extra, presented by Franciscan Health Sports Medicine. The Coach's Corner, presented by Junk King.
All right, we're back here on the Zone Extra, everybody. Anthony Calhoun here with you tonight. Time now for our Coach's Corner. You know, last weekend his program claimed a sectional championship for the 4th time. How about this? In the past 5 seasons. Now they are gearing up for a huge challenge coming up on Saturday in the MIC regional. That is against a MIC showdown, I should say, in the regional against 3rd-ranked Lawrence North. Please welcome to the Zone Extra, everybody, tonight, Ben Davis, boys basketball coach. You all know the face if you're a Giants fan. Don Carlisle with us tonight. Thank you so much, Coach, for joining us here on the Zone Extra. We're going to dive into this game coming up against LM, but first things first, how does it feel to get through sectionals? Because we saw last year you got through it, but then obviously didn't get a chance to play regionals. But how does it feel to get that win and win another sectional championship?
Man, it felt great. It was a long time coming. I mean, 2 out of the last 3 years, of my first 3 years, we were crowned sectional champions, and PIKE got it last year. So we were able to exact that revenge and get that win on Saturday. So for me, it's just we just putting ourselves back in the positions that we're used to being in.
Yeah, you know, you talk about going up against Pike, of course, that rich rivalry over the years when it comes to, you can think about football, you can think about basketball as well. What do you like about what you're seeing from your guys right now as you come away and got a sectional championship and now you get ready for the regionals?
Man, I just think that we're a young team that's learning how to play with each other. It took the whole year. Honestly, it was the same way in 2018-19 when we were state runners-up to CARMEL. It took that whole year before the team actually learned how to come together, play together. This team being a younger team, we had some seniors, 2 All-Stars on that team. This team being a younger team with some new guys meshed in, I just feel like we're peaking at the right time.
Yeah, you know, peaking at the right time indeed. I mean, you're going into regional play now against a very tough opponent. But when you look at this year's team, you look at where you guys are now, and you go back to a couple years ago, you said making to the state finals there. What is it about this team that you're noticing that makes you feel differently about where you guys are now opposed to the beginning part of the season?
Man, I think it's ironic that we're almost in the same positions that we were 2 years ago.
Okay.
During the regular season, we lost pretty badly to LC, and we ended up playing LC in the regional game for the first time in the first game. So it's a familiar position for us. This group is a little bit different only because that was a senior-led group. There were I think eight seniors on that team. We only really we start 2 seniors, and the rest of those guys are sophomores. So it's a special group. It feels like my group. The first group was one that I inherited. So this kind of feels like my group and boding well for the future, especially with all the young guys that we have.
Yeah, we take a look at some of your sectional play here and just when you look at this team here and that win over Pike, what does that do for this team moving forward, would you say, as far as the confidence going up against LN on Saturday? Man,
I just think from our standpoint, we know that we can play with anyone in the state. We just have to have the confidence within our group to go out and do it. I think the first time that we played LN, they kind of pushed us around. Our youth showed, our inexperience showed, but now, you know, a few months later, here we are with an opportunity to go in and get a win and continue our season. So that's what it's all about.
We saw you after the game with a big celebration with the players, and we'll talk more about that in a minute, but let's look at the regional setup for Saturday. So Lawrence North will take on Ben Davis. That's the first game, and then Mount Vernon against Plainfield. Of course, the championship of that regional will be Saturday night. But I love seeing you hanging out with your players afterwards and the celebration. It was such a big win for you guys against Pike. And when you get set to take on Lawrence North, we know they got you the first time around. But going into this second matchup here, what is it that your guys are going to need to do to try to be successful, to try to pull off this win against a very talented LN team?
I just think we got to play a little tougher. I think they out-toughed us. For me, as long as we do what we're capable of doing, then we'll put ourselves in good positions to be successful, and that's all I can ask for from this group.
That's great. And so we know one thing about this game. We know it's going to be a good game. And here you are in the playoffs. What's the team's mindset right now? I mean, will you draw back from that last game as far as using as motivation for these guys?
Of course.
Yeah.
It's always to get back, especially when you come up on the wrong side of things. So we'll use that as motivation for the guys. And we can draw from the film from the first game and show those guys what we did wrong to hopefully correct and come on the right side of things this time.
How gratifying was it to get the win on Saturday, knowing what type of year it's been? I mean, COVID-19, I mean, much respect to you, to your players, your principal, everyone, because it had to be a lot of folks all together on this to be able to have success on the court, knowing what was going on off the court, trying to get through this pandemic, right?
Man, it was a tough deal for everyone.
Yeah.
Not just us over on that west side, but everyone around the state, everyone in the world, around the world. But we did a good job. I think that we had a couple instances. We only missed one game this year, so we did a pretty good job of sticking to our principles and doing the things that we need to do to keep everyone safe. So it's kudos to our township. It's kudos to Ben Davis and our leadership to be able to get us and put us in positions to be able to continue and play and finish the whole season and get to the tournament.
All right, Coach. Well, look, thank you so much for joining us here on the Zone Extra. Best of luck to you on Saturday. I know it's going to be a big game, and you know, who knows who can possibly come through that region and has a great shot at possibly winning it all. So best of luck to you on Saturday, okay?
Appreciate it.
All right, thank you for being with us. All right, we're going to take a timeout. So ahead here tonight on the Zone Extra, it is our athlete of the week, the 6'6" Plainfield Junior and sectional champ. We're going to meet Cael Vanderbush. That's coming up on the other side of the break. Plus, you won't want to miss this week's top play. Yep, it's a good one. We got that for you more coming up.
This is the Zone Extra, presented by Franciscan Health Sports Medicine.
Welcome back here on the Zone Extra. Anthony Calhoun here with you tonight. A 2-decade-long sectional drought is finally over. Plainfield basketball is still kicking in the state tournament, and our Olivia Ray caught up with the man, a character in the story of the sectional crown.
Once the buzzer went off and I looked at Aiden Warriors and we were just like, oh my gosh, we did it, and everyone just started running to the center. I didn't really think about that until last night before I was going to bed. I was like, man, that's actually crazy.
For 21 years, Plainfield basketball hadn't experienced the hoopla surrounding a sectional title. But with a special front court featuring the likes of Ian Scott and Cael Vanderbush, the Quakers are now proud owners of this piece of championship hardware for the first time this century.
To get the breakthrough and to get that sectional title was big, but I feel like that programs have to go through steps sometimes.
While history wasn't on Plainfield's side, revenge was. Weaver's team came up short just 2 years ago in overtime to Avon, and again in last year's sectional final against Brownsburg. But the difference this time around was that experience and 6'6" junior Cael Vanderbush.
We have such a balanced team and a well-connected team, and you know, they really don't care who gets the credit, but I felt like that, you know, Cael had a great sectional. On Saturday, he defended Pierce Thomas. When Cael gets into a stance to go with his size and athleticism and strength, he's a really good defender.
I would just say I'm one of the more competitive guys. I'm just one of the tougher guys, just bring a lot of toughness to the team.
That toughness has already earned his school a mid-state conference title and a trip to regionals, but this March, he's looking for a little more.
Obviously, we want to go. We're worried about Mount Vernon right now, but we really want to win this thing and keep going on and make a run for the tournament.
Plainfield postseason hoops have finally arrived, and Vanderbush, he's just heating up. Olivia Ray, Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook.
All right, Olivia, thank you so much. We still got much more coming your way on the Zone Extra tonight. Still ahead, we bring you the top play of the week, Hot Shot from Friday.
This is the Zone Extra, presented by Franciscan Health Sports Medicine.
Back here on the Zone Extra tonight. Now it's time to take a look at our play of the week. Each week we will feature one of the top plays in high school sports here in Central Indiana. Plus, we want you to get involved. We'll tell you how you can be a part of the show at the moment. But first, here it is, the week's top play. Brownsburg facing Plainfield right before the half. Luke Lacey, the half court to beat the buzzer. Let's see it again. One more time. Wow. But the Dogs would come up 1 point short in the sectional title game. Our crews, of course, are out covering high school sports. See a lot of great action, but we want to see your best plays every week, too. Your video could be featured on future edition of the Zone Extra as our play of the week. Here's what you need to do. Tweet us a video of the great play from a high school sporting event you are attending using the hashtag, the Zone Extra. Tune in on Thursday night to see if your submission becomes our play of the week. And Miami TV, Channel 23 is your local home for high school sports. Coming up on Saturday, how about this? It's a huge day. Regional action all starts at 9:30 with the semifinal round, and number 1 and unbeaten Homestead taking on number 2 Carmel. That's followed by, number 8 Lafayette Jeff taking on Fort Wayne Carroll. Then at 8 o'clock Saturday night, you'll see the finals of those regional games. Miami TV, Channel 23. Of course, we've got you covered this Saturday with all the scores and post-game reaction from the regionals. You'll be able to see it right here on Wish TV. Thank you so much, folks, for watching the Zone Extra. We appreciate it. Of course, we'll see you back here coming up next Thursday, 7 o'clock here on Wish TV.